and there's just that intensity of animatronics where everywhere you look there's something new going on.
It's scary, the cars are awesome.
For almost a century, ghost train rides have been scaring guests all over the world. But right here in the UK, one ghost train outshines the rest. From relentless klaxons to horrifying visuals, this is the story of Terror Castle, the scariest ghost train in the UK.
Hi, my name is Julian Adams. I'm a scenic designer and I'm here today to talk about Terror Castle, a ghost train I designed about 20 years ago now. How did Terror Castle come about? It came about because I met Richard Cadell. We were working on the same show. We got talking and he was telling me about a project that he was working on with his brother David. They'd bought a second-hand ghost train ride and had shipped it to Somerset, and they had ambitions to create the scariest ghost train in the UK. And all of that sounded really exciting, and I said, look, give me a chance, let me do a concept for you. So I did a quick sketch, literally overnight. And Richard loved it, and he showed it to his brother, and his brother liked it. And before I know it, I was being invited to go and work on it down in Somerset. And so, why does Terror Castle look the way it does? Well, it looks the way it does because I love Gothic. It's a gift of a design style. I also really like revivalist romantic architecture of the 19th century, all those crumbling down follies and the brickwork overgrown and everything. And when I was a kid, I loved Scooby-Doo, so 3 elements there and you've got Terror Castle, and that's why it looks the way it does. How did we go about building it? So, well, when I got down to Somerset, they had already stripped it. They had already stripped the ride. All they had was the track layout, and they'd built a shed, a giant shed, for want of a better description, like the sort of thing that you get in a retail park. And it served 2 purposes, this shed. One, to house the track, and the other to accommodate a workshop around the back. So this shed dictated the size of the facade, and to be honest, it was a bit frustrating because I was wrestling with the proportions. Things like the roof line would go above a certain height, but these are all, these are problems. Problems are gifts to designers. They make you work harder, they make you think harder. And we came up with solutions like, for example, the arch in the middle was, we could fold it down during the winter. It had big holes in it so the wind could blow through it. So that's why that was the way it was. And I think David came up with the solution. David did a lot of the metal work on the project. I did a lot of carpentry and painting, but David came up with this scheme to attach metal beams to the front of the building, and essentially we broke the facade down into 5 panels that could just like hook onto these metal beams that were bolted on the front, so they hung off the building. And that worked really quite well, and that was how it was built, and it took about 6 months to do. And I'm really surprised people are still talking about it today. What more can I add? I mean, if I was to change, I don't think I'd change that much to it, to be honest. Maybe putting, creatures could disappear and appear in the windows. Might make it a little bit more scarier, but I'm quite happy, and it was a big achievement for me at the time. And it did become the scariest ghost train in the UK. I think it won an award, and Richard was mainly responsible for that. Richard designed all the illusions inside, and I was responsible for the outside. And, well, I hope you found this chat interesting, and thank you very much. Bye.
Terror Castle is well known for its loud, graphic and gory scenes, which were thought up on site by the mastermind ghost train designer and celebrity puppeteer Richard Cadell. However, the fantastic creative team that were behind almost all of Terror Castle's animatronics were the leading Halloween prop company, Distortions Unlimited.
Hi, I'm Ed.
I'm Marcia. We're at Distortions Unlimited.
And about the year 2000, Terror Castle in England bought a bunch of our stuff and put it in their ride, and we've seen this. Now, we haven't visited there personally, but we've seen it on video, and it is way cut above of dark rides.
And Terror Castle, I understand, is celebrating their 21st anniversary. Back in 2000, you know, we had some of our main animatronics were the electric chair, the new spew, which I know they have, Spitting Debbie, I know they have, just lots of our, you know, main animatronics that we had in the year 2000.
Well, and you know, what I think works about the products for dark rides is we don't just go for boo scares and my feeling is all emotions are valid. So if a guy's vomiting in a barrel and you're repulsed, or a guy's, you know, writhing on an electric chair, or whatever, it just, the full range of emotions make it more fun, because if you go through a haunted house or a dark ride and it's just it's like, it gets old after a while. So I think that's something that people have enjoyed about our products, is the diversity of emotional disgust and fear and whatever.
Right, and some of the animatronics that are in their Terror Castles ride, I noticed, you know, are big characters. There's a lot of big characters, not just little small pop-out things. So yeah, it's really impressive. You know, as far as how we come up with stuff, people often ask us that, like, where do you get your ideas? We just had a big brainstorm session with our entire crew the other day, and that's actually where we get a lot of our ideas. And through the years, that's been true. People we work with, artists, sculptors, our crew right here that's making our props. Just lots of great ideas.
Oh yeah, and there's a lot of outsiders. A lot of times it's things that are in the culture, movies and so forth. But a lot of it is just, you know, what would be weird and so forth. And that's what generates it. You know, an attraction like this is perfect for the kind of stuff we make, and it's really good to see it live in action.
It is. Yeah, we've been around for over 40 years, so glad that we could be a part of Terror Castle.
Yes.
Hi, Andy here from Coaster Crazy YouTube channel. Yeah, I've been approached to actually give a small review and some sort of insight of why I think Terror Castle at Breen Theme Park is one of the best ghost trains in the UK, and I think it actually is probably one of the best ghost trains in the UK. It's always been dubbed as the scariest ghost train in the UK as well. It's a very small, compact layout, and it actually started at a park that is very dear to my heart, which is Frontierland Western Theme Park that used to be in Morecambe. No longer operates. It actually closed down in 1999. But I used to go there quite a lot when I was younger. It was actually just a 15-20 minute walk from where I used to live in Morecambe. But yeah, the ghost train, or Terror Castle should I say, used to be located at Frontierland and was just called a ghost train. And it's, yeah, I loved it there. It was pretty much the same sort of thing as what it is now, with a slightly different theme to it, more of a traditional ghost train feel to it, and obviously to fit in with the Wild West theme of the theme park. And I love it. I think it's brilliant. It's a childhood ride for me. I used to go on this ghost train every time I went to Frontierland in Morecambe. Pretty much every time I would go, like every weekend. And I've probably been on it more times than most other enthusiasts in the UK at current time of recording, because I don't know of any other people that have obviously been on it. Charlotte from that's normally with me in the vlog, she's from Morecambe. She'd been on the ghost train quite a lot as well. But yeah, Terror Castle in Breen, really good ghost train. If you haven't been on it, I highly recommend it. It's got some really good theming in it, some good jump scares. Like I said, it's a small scale ghost train. It's not the biggest or the longest, but it's great. It's got that classic drop in the middle as well, which technically almost sort of, I would say, like it's in the scale of a roller coaster, really. But it's not. It's a ghost train. It's a dark ride. It's very good. It's very family orientated. It's not too scary. I mean, it's dubbed as one of the scariest, but it's not. It's a really good ghost train. I love it to bits, and I will always make that journey to Breen just to go on the Terror Castle. I think it's fantastic. But I do miss Frontierland that was in Morecambe, and I do miss the ghost train that was there, which is technically the same thing. Yeah, I think Richard Cadell actually bought it from Frontierland when it closed down, who actually used to operate Breen or own Breen. So yeah, Richard Cadell, if you don't know, is the well, I think he's the current owner of the Sooty Show, I think. But yeah, also operates the ghost train that follows Carter Steam Fair as well. So yeah, he's into his ghost trains and things like that, rides. But yeah, the Terror Castle, if you've never been on it, go and check it out. It's awesome.
You see, for me, Terror Castle has always been that sort of intensity ride. So you obviously go to ghost trains at fun fairs and things like that, and you know what to expect. You're going through quite, you know, dark corridors, not much in the way of theming, you know what you're expecting. But with like a permanent fixture like Terror Castle, obviously it's been built on over time, and there's just that intensity of animatronics where everywhere you look there's something new going on. Every time you go through you've missed something from the time before. It's just very animatronic intensity. And I think when you're going around that, it's just like, you're just in awe of what's going on. It's a lot to take in. There's a lot going on. And obviously you're going to get little jump scares here and there. And that's quite rare in a ghost train to have jump scares in the first place. And I just think the detail mixed with the animatronics definitely make it one of the UK's best for me.
Terror Castle at Breen is an amazing ghost train. It has everything you could possibly want from a ghost train. The facade is beautiful. It's scary. The cars are awesome. It's a really, really good layout as well. It's quick. You actually feel like you're on a ride. The car goes so fast, but you don't miss anything. The props are really, really well placed, and the timing of them, perfect. The best ghost train in the country, in my personal opinion. The audio is fantastic. The lighting's good. Beautifully scened. Great jump scares. Fantastic. It's filled with both modern and retro effects as well. A really, really good combination of effects. Jump scares, animatronics, things popping out at you, great audio sequences, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Highly, highly recommend this train. Breen at Terror Castle, one of the best in the UK. Get yourself on it.
Terror Castle may not have the insanity and intensity it once had, and despite the ride now showing its age, it's still regarded all these years later as one of the UK's best ghost trains. On top of this, there is talk of some very exciting refurbishment work to take place in the near future. So there is no better time to pay a visit to Breen Theme Park and have a ride on what was Richard Cadell's masterpiece.